Hey guys, how we doing? Happy Sunday. I hope y'all are having a nice day. Let me just fix that. There we go. How we doing? What were you reading? Because these are public sprints, I sadly will not be able to get through everybody's messages in the chat, but I do appreciate you all being here, and I hope that we can get some reading done together today. Oh, Nick, how far are you into Marry My Husband? I watched an extra episode in bed last night, which is how you know it's good. Like, if I'm watching more than one episode a day, you know that it's the good shit. Hello, Louie. Should I read Gideon the Ninth or Rainfall Market? I would say Gideon the Ninth, but only if you're in the mood to concentrate. Why is Brie looking at us like she wants to murder us? Probably because I'm talking. And she doesn't like noise. She's like me. Hi Louise. You're on episode 10, Nick. Are you well? Did you sleep? Hi Annie, crafting and reading The Legacy of Allison House, was that? Y'all are talking too quick. Arniston House. There we go. Regina, focusing on Onyx Storm, currently on 186 out of 925. Good luck with that. No, I'm not well, but I did sleep. Okay, I'm happy about that. I don't know how you slept, seeing as you only started that yesterday, but go off, I guess. Hello, Danny. 7 a.m. here in NYC, so starting with something easy. The Spell Shop. Nice. Immersion reading, so I'll continue with Gideon. I definitely recommend that for Gideon the Ninth, actually. It's the way that I read it. My copy of Onyx Storm is not over 900 pages, Katie. My copy is shorter than Iron Flame, and I don't think the text looks that small, but honestly, I don't think I've cracked it. Hello, Emily. Updated my spreadsheet and journal since I finished The Frozen River last night. 5 stars. Stunning. Hey, welcome, Megan. I hope you enjoy it here. Is anyone else doing Realmathon in March? I'm trying to pick which team to join. I am not, but I imagine a lot of people in the chat are. Started Sky Song yesterday during Polathon sprints. Nice. Hello, Alexandra. I don't know why I called you Alexandra. Hi, Alex. Trying to finish the Half King today. Let me know if you like that one, actually, because I have it from Fairy Lou, and it's one that I'm not especially drawn to, but it also doesn't sound bad. Hi, Alice. Just started Fourth Wing. I hope you enjoy it. Hello, Rosemary. If We Were Villains. I still need to read that. It's not my usual genre, so it's never been a priority for me, but it is a book that I want to get to at some point in my life. It's kind of mid so far, to be honest. That's sad. That's very sad. Got an hour and a half of my book left, Just a Taste by Bryant Prescott, but need to choose what to read after. I'm thinking of giving the Foxhole Court series another chance. Well, the Patreon Discord does like the Foxhole Court. They were down a foxhole for the Foxhole Court not too long ago, actually. Hi, Lauren. Reading Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto. Nice. Started on Vicious Worlds this morning, so going to continue. Stunning. Gonna try and finally finish Ruthless so I can move on to Onyx Storm or, ooh, Birthday Girl. I'm not an Age Gap fan, but I do love Birthday Girl. Hello, Robin. Switching between Valor and A Fate Inked in Blood. Yeah, I was just checking if Valor's next is. Have you read My Best Friend's Exorcism? I have read My Best Friend's Exorcism. It is a 4-star? 4 or 5-star. I do really like it. It's my favourite Grady Hendrix. Foxhole Court is my favourite series of all time. I know it has a lot of fans, but I don't know if it's for me. What's the Shelve It or Scrap It filming timeline like? You always filming an episode, or do you take breaks in between? I just film them like I do normal vlogs. So like next week I won't be filming a normal vlog. I'll be filming Shelve It or Scrap It until it's done. I normally assign myself an amount of time. So the current assigned allocated timeline for Shelve It or Scrap It is 2 weeks starting from tomorrow. Do I ever finish it during the allocated timeline? Not really. And now that I have a definitive number of books that I'm going to read, so like next week, next month, for the episode I'm filming, starting in February, I have to read 7 books. So previously, if I read 3 books in an episode, because that was my minimum, and I had time left, I'd be like, oh, maybe I'll read a 4th. I can pretty much guarantee that's not going to happen this year. I will be reading the amount of books that I have to read, because it's going to be like a minimum of 4 every month. It's not going to be like, I think that March is going to be 8 or 9, which sucks. But they're only attempted reads. Like, a lot of things I'll obviously like DNF, so it's not as bad as it sounds. But yeah, no, they're just filmed like normal vlogs. Maybe, because like last time I did film a vlog alongside, and I'm definitely going to do that for March for Valor, like I did for Malice. But this time, I might actually film the spoiler vlog for my Patreon book club alongside Shelve It or Scrap It, because, I don't know. I was going to say nobody cares about my thoughts on Wheel of Time, so there's no need for me to do that next week. I don't care about my own thoughts on Wheel of Time, so I'm not going to make a compelling vlog with those, really. Just imagine you turning down rep packages this year, like, no thank you, Shelve It or Scrap It won't let me. Do we get the January unboxing on Tuesday? No, you will get your January unboxing after you've had the wrap up. As always, it will be on the 13th of February. I have already filmed it though. Hoping to finish Chapter House by No, it is the January unboxing. I'm getting really tangled with what month is what, because my January unboxing gets filmed in February and I have to balance it in Shelve It or Scrap It in March. So I'm getting confused now about what books I've hauled in what month and what that matters for, because I filmed my January unboxing and I was like, oh, that's a lot of books. It's a lot of books, but it only counts, like, I only have to read them in March, like read the same amount in March. So that's fine. Love your schedule. You're very organised. I am very organised. Thank you very much. Trying to read my section of Gathering Storm, then start The Crash. That's pretty much my plan for today. I'm going to read my section of Gathering Storm and listening to the audiobook, and I have the Steam Deck here so I can play The Sims. And then I'm going to be reading The Mistake by Elle Kennedy, because I am starting Shelve It or Scrap It tomorrow, and this morning I finished a book. So I don't want to start a new book because my regular weekly vlog is going to be ending. And then I'm going into a new vlog tomorrow. So I'm already like 50 pages into The Mistake. So I'll just chip away at that for the rest of the day. I really respect your commitment to Wheel of Time despite your general ambivalence of the series. Well, I mean, I'm not allowed. Like, Sandra hasn't given me the option of leaving. Like, I'm not allowed. Which Sims are you on? The Sims 2? Yep, The Sims 2 is the only Sims that I play. Hello, Junie. Going to be continuing my read of The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst and read the final volume of the Fangirl manga. Nice. Will you pick up D-Pen by Ali Hazelwood? I will pick up every book by Ali Hazelwood, and I already have the Illumicrate edition pre-ordered. So yes, you can say that I will. Reading Malice this month, do you reckon I can catch up to Catch Up Book Club? You should be able to. I mean, we're only on book 2, so if you can read 2 books in a month, then yes. Well, Sandra literally is keeping me hostage. There's no secret to it. Like, I'm very open about the fact that Sandra is indeed keeping me hostage. But I did say that the reason why I'm reading it is because I want to see what other books have been influenced by it and be able to recognize characteristics of Wheel of Time in modern fantasy. And I already said, like, Malice reads a little bit like Wheel of Time. Having reread the first half of Way of Kings, because I've already read Way of Kings, Words of Radiance and Oathbringer, then gone back and read Wheel of Time, or most of Wheel of Time, and then started Way of Kings again, and I already now can see the Wheel of Time influence. I'm trying to finish Fairy Tale by Stephen King so I can get started on... I don't know what that is. Is The Sims 2 the newly released version? I was intrigued by it. My version of The Sims 2 is not the newly released version. I have always played The Sims 2 because it's the only Sims that's worth playing. I say I've always played it. I have played The Sims 3 and The Sims 4, but I don't like them very much, so I have always also had a copy of The Sims 2. Only 2 books left after The Gathering Storm, though, I think. February, March, April. Yeah, because the last live show's in June, so that does sound about right. Rereading Godkiller, book 1 of Fallen Gods trilogy, ready for the 3rd book. I am going to be reading book 2 this month and book 3 next month. I also have that on pre-order from Illumicrate. So it's my pre-orders that are working against me at the minute. But I think, like, was it April that I don't have any books for? So it'll, like, even itself out eventually. I'm going to start The Darkest Hour by Erin Hunter. It's the 6th book in the Warrior series. Nice. Finally reading Onyx Storm. Nice. I hope you enjoy it. I've seen a lot of mixed reviews. Hi Amy. Reading The Favourites and might swap out for the Baby Dragon Cafe if I need something a little less messy. Fair. Done 15 hours of my 24 hours of reading. Oh my days. You're doing well. When did I see you last? Thursday night? Is that when you were starting? Need to finish before I go back to work tomorrow. Send help. I believe in you. I believe in you. I don't have a favourite book of January. Everything I read was 4 stars. It was a good reading month. Aside from the Whichever Pretty Little Liar book that I read, which was 3, but I mean, I'm not enjoying that for it to... No, I'm not reading that for it to be a favourite book. I'm reading it because it's fun and it's easy. We will do our first sprint at 20 past, so I'll roll. If y'all don't know what dice sprints are, the rules are in the description box for you to reference, but I will just say it once here for those who don't know. So I'm going to roll 2 6-sided dice. Every dot on the dice represents 5 minutes, and that is how long we will sprint for. And then if I roll a double, then the bonus rule for that is to switch books if you're somebody who reads 2 books, or like switch activities or something. But I mean, if you don't want to, you don't have to. Nobody cares. Haven't had a 5-star either yet this year. I didn't say I haven't had a 5-star this year. I said I didn't have a 5-star in January. I have indeed had a 5-star this year. Ooh, that one is, I guess, a good introductory sprint. I rolled a 5, which is 25 minutes. And to be honest, I think I'm probably going to eat in that sprint because I haven't eaten yet today. And I'm very hungry. Prince of Thorns is my favourite of the year so far. Nice. Started Red Rising yesterday and I'm struggling to get into it. I mean, I struggled to get into it for the first half and I almost DNF'd it. And now it's my favourite series of all time. So I would suggest persevering. 17 minutes left of the app. That's perfect. And then you can have a little 8-minute rest and then you can go back in. Hi, Emma. Ooh, decided on a PJ day. I'm jealous. Done some bits. Dishwasher, laundry bins. I've lost you. Where have you gone? Oh, checked on the 6th sibling, but plan is to stay on the couch all day. I love that for you. Haven't hydrated yet today. I mean, I've had a coffee and a bit of water, and I have just refilled my water bottle, so I do have hydration. Afterwards, I need to do stuff. Are you still working through that to-do list? I've had 3 5-stars this year. It was the Daevabad trilogy by S.A. Chakraborty. I have read the first book, and then it's just one that I've never gotten around to continuing on with, like every series I read. Yeah, the first half for me. So, like, eventually you get to a bit because he goes to, like, a military school and they're going through a training process. And when you get to, like, the peak of the training process, it's essentially the second half of the book and it evens out a little bit. There's a lot of world building and kind of info dumping in the first half. I just lost all words then. Read 18 volumes of a manga series in 2 days back in January. Gave them all 5 stars. Oh my gosh, that's intense. I've tried to do that before. Like, I reread all of Saga, ready for volume 10 coming out, I think it was. I still haven't read volume 11. But I kind of, like, I burn out. Like, I think, oh, this will be really easy. And I know that I love Saga. Like, I gave most of the volumes 5 stars. And I was still, like, by the time I got to volume 4, I was like, okay, I'm bored now. Don't want to read this much of the same thing. Been focusing on highly anticipated series in January, so I already had 2 5 stars and 2 4.5 stars. That's a good method. Hopefully my February may be similar. I mean, books that I'm reading for Shelva or Scrap It are not anticipated necessarily high rated books, but we'll see. They really could go either way. And everything else, though, is a sequel to something that I have enjoyed, so it should be good. I did finish Checking Mate. I finished it this morning and I gave it 5 stars. I liked it a lot. It's not my favourite Ali Hazelwood, but every Ali Hazelwood's a hit. We stan. Okay, it's 20 past. So I'm going to go eat because your girl's hungry. And I will see y'all very, very soon. Enjoy your sprint, my guys. Hello, my guys. How did you do? I had lunch, and that was pretty much it because Curtis has taken the Steam Deck away from me to do some key binding stuff, and he has not given it back yet. Managed to read 50 pages and write my to-do list for today, feeling less anxious, so hopefully we'll be able to get some stuff done. Nice. 32 pages for Franzi. 22 pages of Stoneblind. Nick, I thought you had stuff to do and you were adamant that you were going to do it. I'm in Belladonna Cove. What? I'm also in the university. I'm not in the town. So when you go to the town, you have to go to the university. Did D&D prep. Nice. Gonna read next sprint. 40 pages. E-reader froze. I hate that for you. Did start The Bear and the Nightingale. Managed to pick my book of the month. Stunning. Got to page 50 and more knitting. I almost forgot to cancel my subscription boxes, like skip the ones that I didn't want this month, and that would have been a travesty. Did some laundry and got to 80% of Quicksilver. 12 pages in Chapter House June. Made a lot of notes. Also, boo Curtis for stealing the Steam Deck. Yeah, boo Curtis. 10 pages, but I came late. That's fine, that's fine. Still more than I read. 9 chapters into the Rainfall Market. Stone. 12 pages of a dense non-fiction. Oof, that's a choice for a Sunday read. Listen to 2 chapters of Check and Mate while playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Cute. Which boxes are you skipping? All of them. So that's Goldsboro, Locked Library, and Forbidden Wing. But by the looks of like what's coming up for Forbidden Wing, I don't think I'll ever get a box again, if I'm being honest. Up to 79% of Just Our Luck. Nice. Did not read. Made my latte and I'm trying to figure out what to think. Okay. Got to chapter 14 of Onyx Storm. Stunning. Hello, Lorene. Welcome. Came back from a walk with my dog. Did laundry. Now I'm ready to read. I mean, the first sprint's always a write-off, right? Did you go to the university? Because you're not paying attention. So down close to finishing Immortal Logins. You can do it. I believe in you. Sorry, my eyelashes are itchy. Whew. There we go. Also reading non-fiction, reading Half-Assed Human by Lena Norms, and writing quotes into my commonplace journal. Nice. My husband also has a webtoon. I never get my life. Webtoon. Damn. Are you going to the university now? That's not the right university. I'm at the fancy French one. On page 358 out of 496 of Dark Air. Look, there was 3 options there. You didn't ask me which one was the right one. But they're all universities. 42 pages of Cold Fire. I don't know if I'd already read that one. Somebody's distracting me. Got through about 30 pages, but it's thunderstorming now, which is wildly distracting. Tell you what is wildly distracting. Curtis over there.
Yes, the tech.
No. Yeah, that one, the posh looking one. Moving on to the lunar cycle, wondering if homework was this hard when I was at school. Need to start Malice, but need to start Sanderson, but need to continue Chorus of Dragons, but need to start Hob. I mean, a lot of those say start and only one says continue, so I know which one I would go with. Is that a tasty ankle? She just made eye contact with me while her ankle was in her mouth and she was biting it. Is it itchy? You want me to scratch it? Or do you have it under control? Right. I'm in a dorm. Click on it. I can't see anything. I haven't actually loaded it since I started that new game yesterday. She is a cutie, aren't you? Yeah. Right, I'll load it and I'll tell you if the keybind works. Can I check from here? Who's Delilah or Thief? That's not me. Can't remember which one it was that we Something should rotate the screen, but I don't know if it'll do... No, it won't do it here. I need to go in. I need some KU Rex if you have any. Off the top of my head... Oh, the Shadows of the Tenebrous Court series by Claire Sager. One Dark Windows on KU. I'm trying to think of things that are specifically on KU, because normally if I read something on KU, it's because I also have a physical... Oh, the Off-Campus series by L. Kennedy. And that's all I can think of. There's the... I can't remember the name of the author. There was a series I was reading last year, the Olivia Wildenstein, but I can't remember what the series was called, but it was her fairy series. Off Campus is what I'm going to be reading once I've listened to my section of Wheel of Time. No, I've got no rotation. Maybe we didn't do it. Because one of these goes up and down. Although they're not doing anything now.
Is it because you paused? Got like a red
No.
screen? No.
It's not.
Blub, blub, blub.
Don't mansplain The Sims to me.
Blub, blub, blub. Blub, blub, blub. So what?
So like the back buttons when I was playing yesterday,
See if
one
you
was
have-
going up and down stairs.
Yeah, this was a modified layout from Wednesday, the December 13 last year.
Well, what rotates the screen
No, not
then?
last year, 2 years ago.
Tina said hi. Should read them again, honestly. My 3 copies of each of these books are judging me from my shelves.
You've got
That's
control
commitment.
key and you've got a shift key there.
Control and shift.
And then these ones are not mapped to anything.
Control and shift. Oh. How do I go back to the game?
B, 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 B.
But they're not doing anything. They should be... Wait. What's this? Home or end? No, they were... What were they? They were page up and page down. And then I don't know if we can map rotate. But yeah, one should be page up and page down. Jerry and Tales in Making also said hi.
Hi.
Very much a one copy of a book girly, so that says something. I appreciate the commitment. The Illumicrate set of these, like when they were announced, the Afterlight set of
That's page up and page down.
Oh, okay. It was different
You're
yesterday.
gonna have to Google what the keys are.
The Afterlight series was announced when I hadn't read it, and then one of my patrons mentioned that they had just received it or it had just been dispatched, and I looked into it and I was like, okay, now I'm sad, but I don't need hard copies, like hardback copies of... Oh, okay, that's good.
Is that all you need?
Yeah, thank you. I don't need hard copies of contemporary romances. Don't know if I should increase my reading goal. It's currently set for 60 and I'm close to being halfway already, but I also don't know how much I would increase it to. The struggles. I mean, you don't have to. It depends how much you care about the goal. Because I set mine to one more than I read the year previous, which is fine for me. And I don't adjust it past that. But also I'm pretty consistent with the amount that I read. Almost got those, but unfortunately I'm Polish, and the shipping, yeah. Yeah, the shipping on those would not have been fun. You alright? Don't sigh at me like that. God, she acts so hard done by. We've been trying to get her comfortable going upstairs, because Curtis is, getting somebody in to do the insulation in the roof, because it needs finishing. Like, when we moved in, it wasn't finished. And he's also, like, ripping out all of the stuff in the attic, which is his office, and refitting everything. Like, it's going to be redecorated and everything, like, completely redoing the space. But we're going to put gaming PCs up there. which means that we need to get Brie over her fear of the stairs, which isn't a fear of stairs, it's a fear of going upstairs in our house when we're there, because she thinks that we're going to bath her. But she needs to be familiar with going up in the attic, because obviously I can't spend hours and hours and hours, both of us, in the attic and leave her downstairs on her own. It's not fair. But we took her up the other day. Curtis brought her up on a lead while I was in the bath, and she sat in the doorway with her back to me, just staring at a wall because she didn't want to be there. It is a very niche fear. She's like 50% very, very confident and 50% like a massive scaredy cat. Like, you give her one tiny bit of trauma and she never recovers from it. Like, once we went to the woods and she was off lead. She's really good off lead. Her recall's really good, providing there's no other dogs around, and it was a quiet day. So we took her to the forest, and there's this bit that's like got water in it, and like loads of dogs go and play in it and stuff. So we got there and we were trying to encourage us to get in the water and swim around. And we encouraged her a bit too much, to the point where she thought it was suspicious and she turned around and ran into the forest and wouldn't come back to us, and I had to chase her. She can be like that. Oh, we have another short-ish sprint at 30 minutes. She's a baby. She's 3 soon, in a month. Water can be, apparently it can, but then there's other times we've been places and she's seen water and she just throws herself into it with abandon. She did it in the Lake District and didn't realise how deep it was and went completely under. So, but yeah, like normally she'll throw herself into water, but this was like water of a reasonable depth, so she could still touch the bottom. Everything was fine, but no, she decided that because we wanted her to go in, it must be suspicious water, and she ran off instead. So yeah, but she's actually started going upstairs on her own again. It's just she would then have to go up another flight of stairs to go to the attic, and then getting her to like hang out and chill. So I think throughout next week, Curtis is going to periodically take her upstairs just to sit in the attic with him while he works and see if we can get her used to the space. Yeah, if we want her to do it, she doesn't want to. Like, if we're encouraging her to do something, it's automatically suspicious for some reason. She won't even go upstairs for the sake of Curtis, and I mean, Curtis is her favourite. Normally she sits at the bottom of the stairs and cries when Curtis is up there. How rude. Come on. I know you can do it. There you go. Right. I am going to actually get something read. Where are my headphones? There we go. And I'll see you all in 30 minutes. Enjoy your sprint, guys. How did we do? Good morning to Enchanted Rose Books, diving into Storybound by Emily McKay. Cute. How did everyone do in that sprint? I listened to one chapter, which is 22 pages, and it looks like I'll have 2 more chapters to listen to for today's section, because when I'm done with this next chapter, I'll still have 10 minutes left. So I might as well just listen to another. Finished the chapter. Nice. Another 26 pages for Anne. 28 pages this time. Got distracted for a while. Valid. Another 10% of Nevermore. Listed stuff on Vinted. I have some stuff that I need to list, and they've been sat there since Christmas. And I really need to do it. But every time I kind of get around to it in the day, it's starting to go dark and I can't take photos. What game am I playing? I'm playing The Sims 2. 45 pages of The Striker by Anna Huang. Nice. 40 pages left of my book. Ooh, not long to go. 20 pages of Dishonestly Yours. Stunning. 2 chapters of The Phoenix Keeper, but I'm not connecting with it. So that's sad. Scrolled on book talk during that sprint. Despicable. Wrote notes for school. Feel like I'm making no progress. I hate that for you. Another 30 pages to Robin. No, I have not read Empire of the Damned yet. 20 pages in Chapter House June. Herbert always puts the most exciting things and revelations in the final 50 to 100 pages. It's getting good now. Good. 16 pages of Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. Nice. Realised I needed to read the pages for today's Iliad discussion on Jade's Patreon. After next sprint, I will be caught up. Good. Phoenix Keeper was okay. It's not one that I'm particularly looking forward to, because I've heard it was one that I didn't know if I was going to enjoy anyway, because I heard that it skewed more cozy, and then everything that I've heard about it is kind of mid. 30 pages. Finished a chapter and started a new one. Reading Cross My Heart. Lovely. The Sims is great. They're bringing the old ones back out as a full collection on Steam. I mean, I am playing The Sims 2. I am indeed already playing the old ones. Need to start playing again too. This is just because I already had The Sims 2 on Steam Deck, and I was going to get the new one, but it's not suitable. It doesn't work with Mac. It works with Steam Deck, but this isn't my Steam Deck, so I'm playing the old version that I already had of The Sims 2, because I think I mentioned in the last break, we're working on getting gaming PCs. It's a long process because we still need the installation done, to redecorate, to buy all the furniture, to refit the attic, and then get gaming PCs. But I will buy the new version when that happens. Until then, there's no point. So because it's been re-released, I have kind of remembered that I already have it and started playing it again. Basically all set in the zoo, so if you're not into that, don't bother. I mean, I'm not against that, but it's not like a buzzword for me either, you know? What console is it that you've got? It looks like a Switch. It's a Steam Deck. It's essentially a handheld gaming PC, and it's like 50,000 times more powerful than a Switch. It's weird, actually, because these don't seem to have taken off, and I don't know why, because the Switch has, and the Switch is like slow and buggy as fuck. Like, you can play Fortnite on this. Good luck trying to play Fortnite on a Switch. Haven't played enough of the newest version yet, but I love the older ones. They're classics. I honestly think that Sims 4 is the worst Sims that was ever made. I didn't love Sims 3, but they made it, like, the stuff that they improved on was like the customization of everything. You could essentially pick anything in any colour. And then The Sims 4 removed that and made it more customizable than The Sims 2, but like not customizable enough in my opinion, and it's just kind of average. Like, I like the older ones because of how much stuff you get. Like, I feel like with every iteration of The Sims you just get less and less variety, and it's actually like, because I'm playing the university expansion at the minute, so like you think about all the stuff you get in the university expansion compared to the Sims 4 one, so it's not good. It's the Nintendo effect. Well, I know that Nintendo is more popular than Steam. But that doesn't mean that Steam Decks can't also be popular. They kind of came out, and I haven't, like, they've just not really took off, which is weird. Trying to tell myself I don't need a Steam Deck. They're handy because, like, you can play The Sims handheld on them, which is really cool, because there's some games that if I play The Sims, I would play it on a PC, but, like, I can connect this to the TV. It's not a TV kind of game. It is a watch something in the background or listen to an audiobook kind of game. So it's not one that I'd want to, like, have on the TV, but it's actually really good to play handheld. Steam Decks are a lot more expensive, yeah. Although there are price bands on them, this isn't the most expensive one. Does it have Sonic games on it? It pretty much has every game possible on it because it's Steam and you can buy everything on Steam, really. Unless it's, like, locked to a specific console, so you can't buy, like, Nintendo games on Steam, as far as I'm aware. But there are, because it's essentially a PC, there's ways to mod it. Like, you can mod a PC to do whatever you want it to do, essentially. But yeah, if it's on Steam, then you can play it on Steam Deck. You can play Baldur's Gate on it. It gets a bit, like, when the game gets really big, I've heard it gets a bit laggy. Curtis does have it on Steam Deck, but we tend to play on PlayStation 5 for Baldur's Gate. So, yeah, anything's possible. You can definitely play Sonic on it, because I'm pretty sure Curtis has Sonic in his Steam library. They do have emulator capability, hence me playing The Sims 2. Although this is more of like a crack, it's like a mod than a emulator. So easily influenced, I'm not even a gamer, and I just checked out Steam Deck's online. I mean, Curtis uses it instead of a laptop or an iPad or something as well. Like, if he's in bed, he watches YouTube on it instead of, like, getting his laptop out. So, and it's, like, bigger than a phone screen, obviously. I mean, if you have a gaming PC, then you have a gaming PC. Like, we don't have gaming PCs, so this is, like, how we play PC games. Because I can play Sims on my laptop, but my laptop doesn't like it. Like, the fans, like, go crazy. Because I've got The Sims 4 and all, well, some expansions on Origin. I haven't played it in years. On my laptop, but my laptop, because it's a MacBook, it's not a gaming PC, it doesn't like me playing games on it. But also, this isn't mine. So I just borrow it occasionally. I have no need for one. I don't play things enough to need one for myself. Just finished Hell Followed Withers, probably starting Cleopatra and Frankenstein next, or heading out to run while listening to Baby Teeth, which is meh. Go for a run. I wish... Oh, it is good running weather today, actually. It's really sunny. That's sad. I've already done yoga today as well. I bought a new MacBook Air last year and it actually runs The Sims 4 without complaining. Wow. Yeah, my PC... I mean, I could play it on Steam Deck, but I will never play The Sims 4 again probably as well. That is a factor, especially because I can play The Sims 2. But yeah, mine's a 2021 MacBook Pro and it's like the smallest memory one, so it doesn't love playing The Sims. Only ever had a Nintendo console throughout my life. I have a Switch right now and I love it, but I want Sonic Adventure 2 on it and I don't think that'll ever happen. I don't know because I don't play Nintendo. I have, once again, Curtis has a Switch. I play PlayStation and Xbox mainly, and like the only games that I play on Switch are like Mario Party or Mario Kart. I have Dreamlight Valley on there, but Nintendo gaming is not my type of gaming, I want to say. Nintendo has always been like very, like when I was a kid it was very like family friendly or like group games, and to be quite frank I had no friends when I was a kid, so there was no need for me to have a Nintendo. And then I got a Nintendo Wii. I had a Game Boy, black and white, which I still have and it still works. but I didn't have a 64 or a SNES or a GameCube. I have all of those stuff now because Curtis was a Nintendo kid, but I was like a PlayStation kid growing up. How am I getting on with the Fortnite Battle Pass for this season? Did you get the skins you really wanted? I have almost got the skins I really wanted. I'm level 160. So when I get to level 170, I will get the Night Rose black and gold skin. No, red and gold skin. And then after that, it's all of the shinies, but the shinies are actually really ugly. But at this point, I'm just so far into it that I'll probably end up completing the whole bonus pass. Yeah, I like Mario Party, but I only started, the first time I played Mario Kart, I was in uni, because like I said, I had no friends, and it's not like a game that you would play by yourself, typically. It's not available on PS4, I'm not playing it. Yeah, I prefer playing PlayStation, and like on a TV, like even if we get gaming PCs, it's not going to be to replace my PlayStation, but I like sitting at a desk sometimes. Grew up with PlayStation and Nintendo. I had PlayStation 1 and 2, and then I got an Xbox 360, and then an Xbox One, and then a PlayStation. We got a PlayStation 4 to play. It wasn't, we did play, well, I played Horizon Zero Dawn, but that's not why we got it. I can't remember what we wanted it for. There was a specific game that we got a PlayStation 4 for that was PlayStation exclusive, and then with the next gen we got a PlayStation 5. PlayStation's elite. I also am very much like, I am a PlayStation girly, so I'm not gonna play like Baldur's Gate on PC because I'm a PlayStation girly. Like, I want to support PlayStation. Not God of War. No, I don't play God of War. What was it? Tay? Why did we buy a PlayStation 4? What game was it for? Because we got Horizon, but I don't think I would have bought it for... Was it The Last of Us? Was it The Last of Us?
There's countless exclusives.
Yeah, I know, but what one did we buy it for specifically? Because I know I played her...
I have my reason.
What was it?
They announced the Crash Bandicoot Remastered Trilogy.
The Crash Bandicoot Remastered Trilogy, and then I played The Last of Us, which I hadn't been able to play because we didn't have a PlayStation. There we go. I have a Sega Mega Drive as well. Do we have all of... Yeah, we've got every console that we've had as kids we've got now. I think. I've still got a PlayStation 1 as well. Yeah. That's the problem that I have. Who was it who said that? Because it was like half cut off. Oh, I've lost it. Danny, yeah, so I like sitting at a desk. Like, sometimes I do sprints at a desk because if I'm sat at a desk, I focus more. So, like, sometimes I'll read more sitting on a desk, but I also sit at my desk all day, so I don't want to sit at my desk all night. And that's also why I don't have a gaming PC, but if we create, like, a space upstairs for it, it's a different desk, I guess. So, it'll feel a bit different. Okay, let's roll for our next sprint. My Game Boy is a yellow, black and white one. Okay, we're going up in 5-minute increments, guys, because the next one's 35 minutes, so I should get through another chapter in this one. I never played Pokemon, but I never had a Nintendo, so that's why. I never played Zelda. And then I kind of, like, skipped the Zelda phase, because I know that, like, y'all are going to love Zelda, and that's fine. I'm happy for you. But from the perspective of being, like, I started playing Final Fantasy when I was, like, 10. So, like, going to Zelda and, like, Fable as well seemed very childlike when I'd been playing more adult RPGs. So I've never had any interest in Zelda or anything either. If you want at least €1 per hour, I mean, I would say that it depends what games you play, because I have like hundreds of hours in games. Like I played Skyrim to 100% completion, including achievements. So it depends what games you play. Like I play weighty RPGs, so I can easily rack up hundreds of hours like per game in console. Like it's not hard for the type of games that I play to get like €1 per hour value out of it. Like I've probably got that out of Fortnite, and I play more than that on a PlayStation 5. Was that right? 35 minutes? Yeah, it was. Okay, I need to stop like smacking the microphone with my hand, but I'll see you all in 35 minutes. Hello. How did you do in that one? I went to the shop, so I didn't actually read very much. I am... That is Audible, and that's not what I'm listening to this on. I think I only listened to about 10 minutes. But I have 20-ish minutes left of today's section, but I'll obviously go to the nearest chapter, so it's probably going to be a bit more than that. That's moving very fast. One chapter left to go. Nearly finished Nevermore. Nice. I hope you're enjoying it. Just got here. I actually need to pick my next read because I finished a book last night. Very nice. 14 pages for Annie. Read one page of 11/22/63 by Stephen King. Was too busy talking. Mood. Hi. Gonna be sorting my lunch for the week in the next sprint. Ooh, slow cooking meals. And then I'll be reading The Language of Dragons. Nice. I was going to say let me know how you enjoy that, but I feel like you're actually more likely to enjoy it, whereas I don't think I will. 50 pages for Alex. Going to mute for a second as I didn't realise I was half a page off the end of this chapter. Do it. Ignore me. It's fine. I support it. Finished my book in this sprint. Feels a bit weird as I've been currently reading it for literal years. Yay! I'm happy you finished it. Good night as well. I hope you sleep well. Caught up on a few Substack newsletters and played some levels in Freshly Frosted. Stunning. Almost finished a chapter. Nice. Nikki, you're hurting me. Nevermore is my favourite middle grade I've read. One more chapter to finish. Took the dogs for a walk. Only read 5 pages. That's valid. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Can finally read in the next sprint. Ate lunch in the last one. In the middle of revising. Vet nurse is hurting my brain. Yeah, that sounds painful. 40 pages from Onyx Storm. For now, it's amazing. I'm glad to hear it. I'm playing The Sims 2. Got to page 307 in The Gathering Storm. Ooh, where am I up to? The chapter I'm currently in the middle of starts on page 434. I've cracked the halfway point now. I feel like I've been reading this my entire life and I'm only halfway. 25 pages read and realised I need to get to page 200-ish today, not 100. Oh no! How far in the book are you in total, Emily? Finished the arc I had to read. Now I'm going to listen to my reread of Iron Flame. Nice. Reading 11/22/63, just not right now. Fair. It's a pretty big book, right? I've never read a King and I'm not really interested in it, but there are a couple that have interesting plots, but I mean there's so many books that I actually want to read that I don't think Stephen King's going to be anything I ever really get to. Just past the page 400 mark, 96 pages left. On the treadmill, 11 minutes in, good luck. Are you running and reading at the same time, as your name suggests? 2 chapters in Addicted to You. I need to carry on with that. I don't know whether it is the first one. Is that what the first one is? But if so, I do need to continue that. No, I don't annotate words that remind me of song titles. I don't really annotate, and if I do, it is like foreshadowing and like plot points and stuff, not other stuff. I feel like Wind and Truth is never ending, but I'm about halfway through. Yeah, it's a pretty chunky book. Read one Stephen King was pretty bad. That's fair. I know a lot of people love him, and like, I mean, he's a master of the genre for a reason, but I also don't tend to read a ton of books that were published in like the 80s and stuff. So like, I don't think I would bother. And like, his new stuff apparently isn't as good as his older stuff. So yeah, there's just not enough making me want to read Stephen King for it to be likely I'll ever pick up his books in the future. It is the first one. Yeah, I need to get back to that. Always running and listening to a book, listening to baby teeth, not going well though, but easy and entertaining enough. I don't know how you can listen and run at the same time, because like if I run, I need like music. Like I need a beat. 800 and something pages. Oof. Read Carrie and that was enough. Stephen King Stockholm Syndrome, only like 2 out of 10 plus, and yeah, I keep reading more. That's like me with Wheel of Time. Also listen to a whole Stephen King while running a 50-mile ultra in cold rain. See, that's like double torture for me. Like if I, because obviously there's stuff that you can do while you listen to audiobooks. In theory, running is one of them. But like I love running. Not always, like after the first 10 minutes and after I've run, love running. Preparing to run and those first 10 minutes are fucking horrible. So the thought of having to listen to like Wheel of Time while running, I'm not gonna go. I'm just not gonna go. I need like to listen to something I want to listen to if I'm going running. Partner has been reading It by Stephen King for over a year since before we started dating and still hasn't finished. That's intense. Crocheting and audiobooks. I can crochet an audio, that works, because I have to do one that I want to do. And while I don't mind listening to audiobooks, I would rather do something else. So like if I'm working on my Patreon bookmark, I would rather watch YouTube or TV while I'm doing that, because half of that is work. I don't want the other half to be something that I don't really want to do at the same time. So crocheting and audiobooks is fine, because the crochet is the fun. The audiobooks is like potentially a little bit less fun. I'm the same with running. After 10 minutes, I'm fine and love it after completion, but damn, it's hard to actually get out 100%. I actually really like the weather at the minute because it's like cold, but today it's sunny, and I went for a run in these conditions on Wednesday and it was so good, even though the run itself wasn't great because I took like a 4-week break from running because it was Christmas and then it was too icy and I didn't want to run the risk of slipping. Because I don't, like, I have, like, a weird, like, if it's snowing, like, I gingerly step around because I'm scared of falling. So running when there's, like, that silver ice on the pavement is just not something that I wanted to do. So now I'm not, like, I can't run consistently. Like, I can't even jog for half an hour without stopping at the minute. So the run itself didn't feel amazing. I felt great afterwards, though. But the conditions, like, the running conditions were good. Too lazy for running. I can run for maybe like 5 minutes at most without getting exhausted. It's definitely like something that you have to condition yourself for. Like I know a lot of people think that spin is hard, but I spin so much now that while I can have really challenging rides, spin itself is not. Like if I was having a day where I didn't feel good mentally and I was maybe feeling a bit tired, not at my best, and I still had to exercise, I wanted to exercise, I would choose spin. Like spin is my easy fun exercise, whereas I know it's really hard for a lot of people, and other people also feel that way about running, but I run because it's hard, because spin isn't hard for me anymore. It takes a lot more personal effort for spin to challenge me as much as running does. I can jog for 10 minutes and I'm like physically challenged. So that's why I run, because it's like it's hard in a good way. Might have to run today. Well, run and walk because I'm out of shape. No shame in running and walking. I like to try and not stop, so I like to at least steady state jog, and then every time I try and like put running intervals in, that's kind of where my stamina disappears. But at the minute I am like running and walking because I can't sustain a jog for half an hour. You saying you do spinning, or am I hearing that wrong? Yes. Spinning is cycling, like it's indoor cycling classes. Are you sure that you can't spin with a knee injury, knee damage? Because I have shitty knees from childhood, which is why I spin, because it's low impact. I mean, I don't know what your knee damage is, so maybe you can't, but it's generally recommended for people who have like dodgy joints and stuff. No, your hearing isn't disappearing. I did say spinning. Running is hard. I need to stop accidentally like touching the Steam Deck screen because it is touchscreen. Been trying to do the January postpartum challenge, which is a bunch of YouTube workouts. Ooh. Hi, Cora. I could run, but I despise biking. Oh, I love it. I do Peloton though, so for me it's kind of like it's fun. I like it. But also, like, I like the workout in general. But there's some stuff that I can't stand. Like, I can't stand cardio. Like, I'm not doing aerobics. I'm not going to Zumba. I'm not doing boxing. Like, that's the stuff that you will never find me doing. But then I did say that about running. And I run now. So, there we go. I can't say, Jay, because the Steam Deck isn't mine. So I don't get the full range of activities out of it. I borrow it off Curtis. I play it for like an hour a day for 2 weeks and then I don't touch it again for a year. I would like to get a bike for like actually going to ride, not on the street. As a pedestrian and as a driver, I could never cycle on the road. Like, just because of the frustration I feel towards cyclists as both the pedestrian and as a driver. But I would go do, like, like bike trails, but then I'd have to drive to them. But I also wouldn't want to do that on my own, and Curtis isn't overly interested, so maybe that's not in my future. Oh no, I haven't been on a bike since I went over the handlebars and got winded pretty heavily when one of the bars went into my ribs. Oof. That is rough. Yeah, no, I'm not surprised. I also don't love actual cycling, especially because, like I said, I would like to go and do trails and stuff. But the bumps, like, that's a lot of impact on your crotch and not the fun impact on your crotch that we usually desire. It hurts a lot. Anyway, let's roll for our next sprint. Want to try boxing and I like Zumba. Nope, not for me. Anything that's like repetitive movement that you have to keep to a beat using like all of your arms and no, I have absolutely no rhythm. Ooh, this is a long one. So this one is probably going to be our final one for the day. And I should have finished my section of wheel. I mean, I intended to do a bit more in these sprints than just read Wheel of Time, but I'm doing that thing where, because I've already finished a book today and I don't have to finish anything, like I'm kind of almost in between vlogs at the minute, I keep wandering off and doing other things instead of actually reading. Have you tried the Zombies Run app? No, I just do Peloton runs. I do everything. If it's not Peloton, I'm not doing it. I'm aware that I'm a member of a cult, but I'm also a willing member of a cult. I know there was one that sounded cool where it's like an Eras Tour run, so you essentially, like, I think it's like marathon training, where you run for a little bit longer of the Eras Tour, and the idea is that you run for the entire, like, 3.5 hours of it eventually. Biking on regular roads in nature. I'm sure that is nice for cyclists, but for me as a driver trying to get around those people, I could never ever be one of those people. I just can't do it. Finish my book, then walk my puppy and listen to the third Dungeon Crawler Carl book. Stun. Then had to get up on stage for a craft presentation and got mega fatigued and dizzy. Had to sit down or I would have passed out. Oof. Going for a carvery at 4. I'm so jealous. I want to go for a carvery. I actually saw a reel of because I follow lots of like food accounts in my area for restaurant recommendations and stuff. And somebody posted like a Sunday lunch recommendation today and I was like, oh, I wish I was having Sunday lunch. But we had pizza yesterday and we were supposed to have homemade burgers. So we're having the homemade burgers today instead with corn on the cob. It's like a nacho burger with avocado and peppers and stuff. It's so nice. It's not. It's the best cult I've ever been in my life. Generally, I'm not much of a cult person. I'm more of like a, if everybody else is doing it, I don't want to do it kind of person. With the exception of Peloton, because I don't know, I'm just obsessed. And like I don't even care. Like I will buy the overpriced merch. Like I will support it. One of the instructors replied to me on Instagram yesterday, and I was like, I said in my Discord, my Patreon Discord, I was like, I'm not going to be uncool about this on social media because I refuse to, but I am going to be uncool about this here. But like, I'm not like the other girls. And you know what? I love being like other girls in some regards, but there's just something. It's one of the reasons why I really don't like sport. There is something about being in group situations where everybody's excited about the same thing that actually makes me feel really uncomfortable. And I don't know what it is, but it's like I don't being a football. I've never really been to a football match, but that energy of people all like cheering and chanting and being loud and like really into the same thing actually makes me feel really anxious. And I don't know why. It's the same when everyone's getting, and I know one of my theories, this isn't a theory, this is like a fact. Excitement and anxiety are the same feeling. So I'm wondering if when I feel excitement, I just go straight to anxiety and I can't be excited, and that's why maybe. So like I'm experiencing excitement, but it just feels like anxiety. But yeah, I don't like that kind of atmosphere in general, which is why I tend to avoid things that everybody else is really into a lot of the time, especially because like I like Fourth Wing, but I don't want to read Onyx Storm right now because I'm avoiding that atmosphere because I don't like how it makes me feel. So I'll read it whenever and I'll enjoy it whenever. I just don't want to read it right now where everyone's like super excited about it because it makes me feel weird. I don't know what the issue is. But there we go. Any therapists in the chat? Do I need diagnosing? But anyway, on that note, I'm going to hopefully finish my section of Wheel of Time for the day and play some more Sims. This is the final sprint. I sadly don't have a banner to tell you all it's the final sprint, so I'm sure somebody's going to come in all excited to read, and it's always sad because it's the final sprint, but I'll see you all in 50 minutes. Hello, my guys. How did we do in the final sprint? I need to turn this off. I did listen to my section of Wheel of Time. I finished it. But I don't know how much I read. I am on page 474. So I think I've read about 70 pages today. Oh, you finished a book. Nice. I'm playing The Sims 2, Chelsea. Or I was. I'm not anymore. What am I looking for? Oh, I want to see how much I've read today. 30% into The Bear and the Nightingale. That's pretty good, actually, because it's quite a slow book. It's not very fast. Slow going. I'm trying not to fall asleep. That's a mood. Where is Wheel of Time? Of course, it's no longer on my main page of currently reading. Got up to page 230 of Don't Let the Forest In. 38 pages of Foxhole. No idea who anyone is. Fair. I read 63 pages today, so I'm actually just gonna save that there and put it in my spreadsheet for the day. So I've already read 125 pages in total today, which isn't too bad. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the rest of the day apart from watch some K-drama. So happy. I'm enjoying 11/22/63 because the last Stephen King book I read was in 2021 and that was Christine, and I really didn't like that book. I'm glad you're enjoying it as well. 106 into Legendborn. Nice. Made for a productive morning. Now I'm ready to go out for brunch. Oh, I hope you have something nice. 33 pages of Modern Divination. No, I'm not sprinting again. Actually, no, I am. I'm sprinting on Patreon tomorrow. Daytime sprints again, so similar time, but I tend to go a little bit longer on Patreon. It's like an extra hour-ish, and they'll finish between 4 and 5. 50 pages on this last sprint. Stunning. How often do sprints happen? On my channel, once a month, maybe. I've been saying for a long time that I intend to do monthly public sprints and then never actually doing it. So this year I have currently made a start in actually doing that. Whether I keep it up, we'll see. On Patreon, sprints are weekly, and then there's a 24-hour readathon as well, which has 2 sets of sprints in it. What made me start doing public sprints again? I kept saying that I was going to, and I wasn't. Because they're alright. I don't want to do them all the time. It's a lot of people. It can be very overwhelming. And also I have Patreon. And if I was sprinting on both every week, or all of... Essentially 2020 and 2021 was just a lot. Everyone was online far too much and it was exhausting. And I have no desire for my life to be even remotely like that again. Do you think you'll start another long series when Wheel of Time is done, or just enjoy the every other month off a public book club? Probably just enjoy every other month off. I might eventually, finally, catch up on Sanderson, which has essentially been on hold since I've been reading Wheel of Time, because I don't have time for both. But yeah, I don't have anything in mind to start specifically. I'll definitely probably spend the rest of this year just being excited that I don't have to read it anymore. Oh, I'm glad that you've enjoyed yourself, Aurora. Ooh. I'm reaching my sleepy point of the afternoon, so I think I'm going to go and get maybe a protein yogurt, and then I'm not sure what, actually. Curtis is cleaning, so maybe I'll help him. But I am going to head off now, guys, so thank you very much for joining me today. Thank you for sprinting with me. I hope that you have got through some of your book, if that's what you were doing. And to my patrons, I will see you tomorrow for daytime sprints. And everybody else, I mean, this is very early in the month, so for everyone else, if you're looking for sprints, I might see you next month. But yeah, that's it from me today, guys. Bye.